Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Town of Baltimore work meeting for April the 28th, 2025. Leave your phone back there. Okay, would you please join me for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's get going. Supervisor's report. I did send a copy to each of the board members. I received on Thursday the supervisor's AFR, which is the for 2024, which is the annual financial report. It's was submitted to each of you. I hope you got it.
I don't think I did get it.
I got it.
You did?
All right, submitted to all everybody. Anyway, I have a resolution that relates. Notice that the annual financial report was submitted to the state controller and is on file in the town clerk's office for public inspection. Whereas the supervisor shall submit to the town clerk a copy of the annual financial report to the state controller, and the town clerk shall place a notice that the report is on file in the office of the town clerk to be so published within 10 days after receipt thereof in the official newspaper of the town of Baltimore. Said report was submitted by the town's bookkeeper in a form approved by the state controller. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion made in second. Discussion?
We look like we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really close in terms of a deficit or surplus. It was really close. Anyway, that's how it turned out. I'll have to check with Barb on this, but we're not going to file the report and publish it in the newspaper. But that it will be noticed that it will be available at Town Hall because it's only 84 pages. And it will cost,
Lots of money.
it'll blow the budget. It'll cost a lot, it's a lot of money. So anyway, motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We're all waiting anxiously for our county legislators report.
You got a motion,
We're not doing your
report
meeting?
Do I have another motion then? Should I jumped ahead?
You did.
Oh, yes, we're talking about the May work meeting. The May work meeting, we have some problems with. May work meeting is on Memorial Day. So we're looking to move that. Unfortunately, what was on Wednesday? Do you recall what Wednesday was?
Board of Assessment Review.
Yes, the BAR is on Wednesday, court's on Tuesday. So the board meeting on the tail end of May is going to be on Thursday.
29th.
And I don't have here it is. I don't have a resolution for that. Do you have one?
No.
Just a motion.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion that we move the date of the May meeting to the last Thursday of the month of May. You wanna have a date for that?
29th.
May 29th. I'll make that motion. Right, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, go ahead, please.
All over it. Thanks, Jeff.
All right, so I attended in April 8 committee meetings, 1 regular meeting, 2 workshops, and met with the Green County Chamber of Commerce. This month's report will be relatively short on business conducted, leaving more content to the ambulance quote consolidation that I previously reported on. We approved a $2.7 million capital project number 161 with the town of Carroll and Catterskill Associates. This project will help fund the renovation of property they recently purchased to be used to enhance meal services and senior programming for the county. Funds are already in reserves and will not increase taxes. We awarded the fuel oil bid to Bethune Fuel at the cost of tank car price plus 25.9 cents per gallon for delivery. Other political subdivisions, such as yourself, will pay tank car price plus 26.9 cents per gallon delivery. We authorized the purchase of 4 new 2025 regular cab F-250s through OGS contract mini bid, and we established capital project number 163 with an $800,000 investment to develop a master plan for the development of properties in Cementon. Regarding the potential consolidation of ambulance services, no action has been taken by the Greene County Legislature outside of the study done by Fitch and Associates and appointing the policy group to work toward potential solutions. No decisions have been made. I'm just going to repeat that. Regardless of what you may have seen on social media or been told by others, no decisions have been made. As I previously reported to our town board, the mountaintop supervisors came to us with a request for county involvement to help save an unsustainable EMS system. Subsequently, Greenville and Coxsackie expressed their interest in being part of this consolidation as well. With the majority of the transport agency towns on board, the study was performed at county expense, and the policy group began meeting in October of 2024. While these meetings have been very productive, this issue is extremely complex. Any consolidation must not do harm to the existing, albeit unsustainable, system. Plans being discussed include mitigation of the root causes for the unsustainability and potential solutions to change that. In a county without a hospital, we realize the importance of our EMS professionals and need to fund any system appropriately. As a life member of Cornell Hook and Ladder and a former EMT, I can assure you that my own life experience in this arena will help guide discussions in a positive direction. EMS professionals will bring their experiences to collectively design a system that will work well for everyone. Any discussions that move to promote the agenda of a single person or agency will be shut down. Any solution must work to first sustain EMS coverage as it exists today and work toward systemic improvements. This will be a work in progress for the foreseeable future. Having lost 2 transport agencies already from Jewett and Prattsville, another loss within the county will undoubtedly collapse the system. As of today, every agency is using neighboring agencies to cover calls on a regular basis. Abuse of emergency rooms as general physicians, wages on par with McDonald's, and a lack of equitable training amongst agencies, and inhumane hourly work weeks due to lack of staffing have all contributed to the fragile condition of our EMS system. No agency is immune. As of today, the policy group has made the decision to spend our time working on developing a county-wide system that can be sustainable for the future. EMS professionals, town supervisors, legislators, paramedics, medical directors, the sheriff, the county administrator, county budget director, and county real property tax director are all actively engaged in these discussions. Our goal is multifaceted, but first we need to stop the bleeding, no pun intended. We believe we've assessed the payroll side and are working to get the best estimates on current values of existing hard resources such as ambulances, trucks, and buildings, existing costs for medical supplies, fuel, etc., and the varying reimbursement rates for all agencies as of today. The potential redesign would put all EMS providers and agencies under a single department and operate under a new county certificate of need. That will allow for pay parity across the board immediately. Collective bargaining agreements will need to be negotiated. Under the current system of 9 different municipal and not-for-profit agencies, pay scales and benefits are negotiated by individual agencies. This adds to the overall cost and creates competition rather than standards. A combined county-run system will improve the benefits offered for most current providers while ensuring no one loses what they've already earned. Initial discussions have included ways to train new people, going into schools to recruit young people to become involved, and creating a career path that allows for personal improvement. Training will become standardized throughout the county, with all paramedics providing the same treatment. This does not exist today. While not all questions have been answered yet, I'm confident that our providers have the best interest of the residents at heart. These have not been easy discussions, and I don't expect that'll change. They've been necessary for 10 years. One major issue that I'm currently working on is on the county budget. If we are to take this on, it'll be the largest department and would likely require us to breach the tax cap if all expenses come to us in 1 year. While I'm not against a higher tax burden to provide an improved ambulance system, there are a few scenarios where we can soften the blow over time and potentially not exceed the cap. With no hospital, we need to ensure a good EMS system while understanding that EMS is not an essential service in New York State, unlike fire and police protection. The next meeting will be May 14th at 6 p.m. held in the training room at the Emergency Services Building in Carroll. And once we're able to get a draft plan together, we will schedule public forums in which to discuss the public for feedback. I expect these meetings will be held in Carroll, Catskill, and Wyndham. I'm also awarding a Wayne Steenberg grant to Cornell Hook and Ladder for their Community Day. That's this weekend, Saturday. And on an unrelated note, we were notified this month that town assessors are up for appointment this year. And as several towns use the same assessors, there's a concern from Real Property Services that some may be retiring, leaving towns in a bind. And the question for the board that I had was, do you know if this is a potential for the town of New Baltimore? What it may do is lead to another county-run department. And that's kind of where our concern is that it's something that we're going to need to take over if they don't have enough assessors out there to fill all the positions.
Our assessor does Athens and Queens.
Yeah.
And she plans on renewing, I assume.
Yes.
That's a good
Fairly
thing.
young.
Yeah.
Well, comparatively.
Yeah, this was a concern that was brought to Ray Ward from Real Property. So he asked that we bring it to our town boards and find out if needs to be some action quickly. I think it's August or September when they run out.
One thing, I know that you spoke of increase in taxes. Something to remember, at least for the rest of us, is that the town currently pays $50-some thousand a year towards ambulance services. We pay,
95.
You pay 95 with the
yeah,
medics.
that's right, 50 for just one, and there's another 45 with the other. So we're paying almost $100,000, and you all are taxed for that. That would be no more. So that would, at least
the
at
thought
the town
process.
side, I mean, you're taking it out of one pocket and putting it in the other.
Correct.
In essence, what, you're not gonna be enriched by not having the town tax you for it. It's just gonna be a different party to tax you for it.
Yeah, the benefit is really in the economies of scale in moving the 7,000 to 8,000 calls under one umbrella, along with that revenue from 7,000 to 8,000, as opposed to everybody doing it individually.
So maybe somewhat of an offset is the point I wanted to.
Yeah, I believe that's true. I think there's a lot of efficiencies to be had. Right now, we have 22 ambulances in the county. 8 of them run a day, every day. There's some waste out there.
Now, what
It's by
would
far from
anybody
over.
be opposed to joining this?
I think fear factor is probably the biggest reason. Fear of what happens if something doesn't work the way it's planned.
Right.
My fear is what happens if this stays on the path it's on and an ambulance doesn't show up somewhere. Right now, we have fly cars. They are usually the first ones on the scene when a paramedic's call. Sometimes we've even had ambulances from Wyndham and Catskill and Greenville here in New Baltimore to answer calls when Ravina's out. So
Which is very far away.
yeah, so sometimes it takes a little bit, but if these are all under one service, we can pull ambulances ourselves from other areas and centralize them as ambulances go out of service.
Right.
The ambulance up here is out of service, you can move 2 other ones 2 or 3 miles closer to stand by somewhere in the middle.
One of the things that I had certainly heard, and we've discussed, that, the last time I heard it, the Ravina Rescue Squad is not included in these discussions.
I wouldn't say they're not included, their chief of operations has been included in these discussions.
Even
They're
though
not-
they're Albany County?
It's not expected to continue, though. under this plan, of services from
Correct.
Riviera Rescue
Not-
Squad.
Not on a regular basis, they would still be part of the mutual aid
Standby
plan.
stuff, yeah. But, we're accustomed to having RCS, at this house, part of that.
Yeah, just for instance, Catskill Ambulance will generally, historically, has had 4 ambulances on weekdays. They now have 2. And that's the kind of personnel reduction that there is within the system. And they have 13,000 people in town, so they have a fair amount. They do about 4,000 EMS calls a year compared to Greenville, who does about 400.
So if this were to go into effect as a countywide, we might still, at some point, be able to rely on Ravenna if they're the closest people,
Sure,
if they are involved in all these discussions.
it could happen, and they may wind up relying on us to go up there.
Right. Because saving lives is
It
the
works
most
both
important
ways.
part.
That's my fear, is that we run out of providers. This actually establishes a system to grow your own people. Going into schools, paying for classes for
Getting
people,
more
doing
kids
training
to
in-house.
EMS. Yeah,
It's a whole
which
system.
is a very rewarding way to learn and become a part of your community.
Yeah, so Pat, would medical control would be handled through this central agency, so to speak, or?
Yes.
department?
The medical director for Green EMS is actually on the policy committee with us.
So that would just flip over to the county?
I don't know that I would assume anything, but that's probably, I would imagine that could happen.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. All stuff we
Thank
need
you,
to know.
Pat, and thank you for putting up all those links that we can watch the old,
Have they gotten in? I'm
the
just.
previous meeting.
Sure, yeah,
Not yet.
okay.
All of that information is all on our website
Right.
under the ambulance study.
I thank you for putting that up. It's a very valuable resource so that we can look back and hear the discussions and learn more as we go along. Thank you so much.
Well, April, do you plan on reading the town clerk's report?
I am.
Go ahead.
A town clerk report for March 1st through the 31st, 2025. For CO search compliance residential, $500. 6 building permits, $1,486.10. 2 easy pass tags, $50. 2 fishing licenses, $8.42. 23 dog licenses, $162. 1 late dog license, $5. 3 beer permits, $60. 2 demolition permits, $150. 2 resident park rentals, $50. 1 lot line adjustment, $50. 6 certified copies, $60. 32 photocopies, $8. Recycle fees, $32. Total state, county, and local revenues, $2,744.10. $31 to the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets for the spay-neuter program. $91.58 to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for fishing licenses. Total to supervisor, $2,621.52. The town clerk's office collected $2,961,654.27 in taxes, $2,131.12 in penalties, for a total of $2,963,785.39, representing 78% collected. Remaining uncollected is $842,447.50. For water districts 2 and 3, we are currently collecting 10% penalty for third quarter and 4% for fourth quarter 2024 until April 15th. First quarter 2025 billing was sent out. Sewer 1 is collecting with a 4% penalty until April 15th, and second notices were sent out. Amanda Eldred, Deputy Town Clerk, is a member of the National Guard and was activated by the governor late February. Please keep her in our thoughts, and we hope she returns to us soon.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nothing from historian, agricultural. You want to do the minutes? All right, we did have the minutes from the May 14th town board meeting. And I hope we've all had a chance to review them.
March 14th?
April.
April, yeah, of course.
Did she put March?
Yeah, she put March, April 14th. I hope you all had a chance to read it. Clearly you did.
It says March 14th.
It's correct on the computer.
Oh, I didn't get to correct it. It says March 14th.
All those in favor, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we'll go to the agricultural. Ms. Annette,
We have Resolution 87 of 2025, a resolution authorizing supervisor to execute memorandum of understanding with AgFest Committee. Resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the supervisor to sign the attached memorandum of agreement with the AgFest Committee for 2025. And I'm going to recuse myself, so you're going to have to make.
I'll have to make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain, yeah, recuse myself.
Motion carries.
Resolution 88 of 2025, resolution authorizing supervisor to execute lease agreement with Manette Family for AgFest. Resolved the town board does hereby authorize the supervisor to sign attached lease agreement with Robert and Shelley Benetton for the 2025 AgFest.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion for this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried with one abstention. Okay. Animal control, did you say you had something?
I don't really have that much. We've been working on, an ordinance for ticketing dogs with our dog control officer, and we came up with a proposal which I have shared with, the members of the board, at least Nick and Jeff, and our dog control officer. I've sent the proposal to both the town justices and the town clerk, since it will affect their operations, to ask for their input. I have not heard yet back from them with any concerns. So my next step is going to send it to the town attorney, because I believe that this cannot be done by resolution based on what the town attorney told me earlier. I think it has to be an actual local law with a public hearing. So that's where we are right now. I will send it to Michelle next week.
For those that don't know, it's got a series of fines. If you have a late dog fee, dog license, or your dog was menacing, there might be a ticket for that. If your dog bit someone, there definitely will be a ticket for that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, and for unlicensed dogs, after you've gotten a warning and you don't license your dog, because it is required under New York state law that your dogs be licensed. And they also be rabies vaccinated for the safety of everyone. And we need to, I think, do some more enforcement on that. A lot of people, I think, don't know that their dogs need to be licensed. So I think that we should also do more of a public informational session about that as well, maybe in our town newsletter, because I know that there are people out there who just really don't know that they're supposed to have dogs licensed, but by 4 months of age, under New York state law, your dog has to be licensed and has to be rabies vaccinated. So we're gonna try to stay on top of that and, not go and knock on people's doors and say, hey, you got a dog? We just wanna make sure that, they're compliant with state law and that they are rabies vaccinated for the safety of both themselves and the public.
okay, thank you very much. Moving on to building grounds recycling, that would be you.
Yes. Town of New Baltimore Recycling Center report for April. Tires up to include a 16-inch rim, one for $5. There's 10 60-gallon bags of plastic, 11 bundles of magazines and newspapers, 39 bags or magazines, bags and bundles of newspaper, 87 boxes and bundles of cardboard for a total of $5, and one refrigerator. large.
That we get paid for. Thank you. Okay, code enforcement officer, that'll be me. Monthly report for the month of March 22nd through April 23. Summarization of code enforcement officer activities for April of 2025 is as follows. Building inspections, 23. Total new building permit applications, 2. Total building permits issued, 2. Certificates of occupancy issued, 1. Certificates of compliance issued, 10. Certificate of occupancy search request, 1. Building permit renewal letter sent, 6. Building permit renewals, 1. Open building permits, 200. Building permit fees for March 22 through April 23, 2025, $1,836.50. Total fees for year-to-date, $9,066.09. Alan Jordan. Okay, under fire, EMS, and law enforcement, Mr. Delisani.
The Greene County EMS met on their regular meeting on Tuesday, April 15th. There were 24 EMS calls in March for a total of 61 for this year. And last year we had a total of 243, so we're right on that mark for 2025. In Greene County, there were a total year-to-date strokes of 44 and overdoses of 11.
Thank you.
Not good.
Okay, we have under grants promotions, we have a resolution. Ms. Bennett,
Resolution 89 of 2025, resolution authorizing council member Benetton and Supervisor Russo to amend the previously approved 2025 CHIPPY grant. Whereas authorization to apply for the 2025 CHIPPY grant was approved by Resolution 71 of 2025 on March 24th, 2025. Resolved that council member Benetton and Supervisor Russo are authorized to include in the application highway radios for $19,158.72, garage doors for $17,549.14, playground equipment and installation $22,299.31, gazebo and installation $7,958.98, safety fencing for dugout is $10,000, park sign is $412, safety glass windows for town clerk's office is $3,000, bathroom renovations $15,000, and stone for the ramp for the kayak for $1,000, for a total of $96,378.15. I'll make that motion.
anyone want to second it? I'll second it.
Discussion?
Yes, I want to say, under discussion, that first of all, every single grant that we've ever written, which has been numerous grants in the past 12 years, are done by resolution in a town board meeting and been put in the newsletter. We're on TV, every single grant we've done. And again, we've done numerous grants in the last 12 years.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Jeff, I just wanted to say that, because we know that we have to go through, DEC and Army Corps on the, project for the kayak.
It's just done.
No, I understand what's proposed here, but then we were told by the CEO to go through those agencies. So I'm just wondering if we should not have that in there for now, because they may require something more,
No, we need to put it in.
substantial.
I would say yes, but I know that so many grants get amended
Yeah.
along the way. As a point, the grant to renovate the front walkway and the rampway was put in, we submitted that in 2019.
Yeah,
Something like that.
And
a long time ago.
the cost estimates in 2019 do not match.
Right.
And the grant amount didn't rise, but the cost have. So we'll have to pare some things out of that, unfortunately.
Well, and it takes a long
I
time.
mean, we hate to do that, but,
Right.
but that amends a previous, Just as an illustration where it gets amended.
And it takes a long time for these grants to go through. You have to fill out packets and packets of
So it
paperwork.
won't be a problem if DEC or Army Corps tells us something different
Yeah.
and we don't have it.
And, and we'll be upfront with Chippy and, if they want sorry, we said 1,000 for that, or on the other hand, if we said, can we divert that cost to something else? We would be forthright with
Thank you, I just wanted to
it. At
make
least I
sure.
think we need to.
Yeah, is the
Locking
playground
in.
equipment and installation, that's through the Chippy grant and it wasn't covered by any previous grants? And is this for Cornell itself?
This is brand
What?
new.
I'm confused.
This is brand new for Cornell Park,
Yes, it's brand new.
Okay,
and the
And it's
sign is
being
for Cornell Park also.
right, no, I completely understand that. And the gazebo and installation, are you completely tearing down the existing gazebo?
It's rotted. We
It's
have to
rotting
take
away.
it out.
Well, before it falls down.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's
this is true, but I spoke to someone today and they said that they were speaking to some fishermen at the park and they'd gotten information from the hall to say that the gazebo is gonna be much larger and they were going to do a walkway onto it that could be possibly part of a launch for the kayak.
No, that's
Is
never
that
been discussed with
true?
anybody, or not even,
You want a ramp for the handicap.
we've never discussed that with anybody. I don't know where you heard that.
Yeah, well, it was just something that was
Someone
discussed with me today, but, they also said that if we just put in the $1,000 worth of, gravel, that it would probably be washed away again.
Well, of course, it's gonna be stone so people can go, of course, the river's got tides, it's gonna move, but as a temporary, to get people that can walk in it, we're gonna put, it's not gravel, it's small stone.
It seems to me we've done
But
this
is
two
there any,
times.
Yeah, we have.
is there any permanent idea for any sort of like?
Not that we can
concrete down
afford.
there?
That
And
would
like
cost a lot
cement
of
or
money.
something, or?
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
one
that's
thing
what's
that,
been discussed as being like a
Yeah.
really good alternative to just putting in the stone.
yeah, there's been some talk about also like if you look at the property next door, they have concrete slabs that have a space between them. And that, I know that, and now that I've been researching because of what the CEO told us, I see that that is something that has been considered as a good alternative with a long life. So I think.
We already have $100,000 in that grant, I don't think they're gonna approve much more, that, you're talking about
Right,
quite a
no,
costly project.
But I think, that's why I asked the question about if DEC or Army Corps comes back with something else, is it a problem? And I think that Jeff said
I think
no.
we'll address it when
When it comes.
we hear from them.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I understood.
Yeah, I don't know, we've done the gravel in years gone by,
Yeah.
and
that's-
so,
but it
Not gravel,
doesn't-
it's little stone.
Yeah, it doesn't.
but we never,
last.
we never called DEC
Well, of course it
or,
doesn't.
Well, I think that
Army Corps.
actually, what I was told is that
Because
DEC
So the
actually,
information was sent to us
actually
that if
DEC did come
anything,
down a
is
couple of
done.
times when Robbie was working on it the last time. He
That was
working with
years
the
ago.
engineer. Right, exactly. So DEC had been down there for that. It's just a.
But that was a
matter of-
completely different thing. That, he did the total seawall completely, and
Apart from the seawall. I'm just
apart
talking
from that
about the
and
gravel.
everything,
I'm
and that
just
whole thing
talking
was
about
done
the
different,
gravel.
and that's why DEC was there then. This is a completely different thing, he's just putting down a stone, just a little stone.
all right, so we have a resolution that was read. Motion made, seconded, any further discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Get my little check mark here. Okay. Highway, Alan, do you want to read your report?
Highway report, March 24th to April 28th, 2025. Replaced turbo and fuel injectors on 2006 F-350 truck number 10. Got holes with pull patch. Replaced the air governor on 1985 Oshkosh. Washed and cleaned insides of all plow trucks, so they thought we were done with them, but we weren't. February 27th, late snow, all men are all in at 4 a.m. for slow road. Picked up trash from town hall as needed. Repaired the large mud hole in front of the highway garage. Removed 2 very large trees on Sawmill Road and trimmed the 3rd. Thank you to Green County Highway for their bucket truck and their operator. Repaired brakes and vibratory switch on our Bomag roller. 3-7, we had high winds, cleaned up fallen trees on West Deans Mill, Mount Misery Road, High Rock Road, and Cypress Road. Sent out paving bids for 2025. Took 2 trucks to Albright for inspection, cleaned up some lawns where plows dug in over the winter. Cut trees, brush on Limekiln Road and West Deans Mill Road ahead of paving. Thank you to the town of Athens for their bucket truck and an operator for 2 weeks. Installed new self-locking door hardware on all 3 entry doors at the highway garage. As of now, the only people that have keys are the highway employees and the recycle operator in case you need to use the bathroom while he's there. We also will be putting together a small vinyl closet, if you will, that will be outside over near the fuel shed for the uniform guy to put our clothes in when he comes on Fridays. So he doesn't have to have a key to the garage anymore, he'll just still have a key to that little plastic shed, put the uniforms in there, lock it, get the dirties and leave. Replace the starter on 2011 F-350 pickup truck number 11, which was covered under warranty. Replace 4 old metal culvert pipes on Limekiln Road before paving. Monday, April 14th, noticed several stolen stop signs between West Deans Mill Road and Shady Lane on Route 51. They were all replaced by County Highway and the Sheriff's Office was notified. I attended a Solutions to Safer Roads workshop on Wednesday, April 16th in Carroll. Rolled the infield at District 2 Park for the Outlaws. Clean shoulders on Limekiln Road and West Deans Mill Road prior to paving. On 425, the lighting upgrade was done at the Highway Garage, and what a difference. Low District 2 Park, Highway Garage, and Town Hall.
Is that it?
The Outlaws were given a key to the gate at the Highway Garage, so nights and on weekends when they have ball games, they can still get rid of their trash. Kirk Connolly has offered to open the gates on Saturday while he's there from 8 to noon, so if anybody wants to bring in bagged leaves or lawn debris, they can do it while he's there. He'll open it when he gets there and close it when he leaves. That's it.
Just one question. I think at the last board meeting, there was a voucher that came before us and they asked about repairs to the chipper. We do have a chipper.
Yes, we do. We've had our chipper since 1998.
Okay, great, thank you.
Here,
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Goes down to 2 times. I got it. Yeah, they had 91 first.
Not yet, I'll do that, yes.
All right, thank you. And of all places for a pothole, right in front of the highway.
There's a big mud hole, gets there almost every year, so finally we dug it out and fixed it.
Well, good. Okay, we have a resolution that relates to the highway. So resolution number 90, resolution to authorize the highway superintendent to purchase fuel oil per Greene County Resolution 131-25, whereas Greene County legislator advertised for bids in the Times Union, the Mountain Eagle, and the county website for the furnishing of fuel. 2 bids were received, and the lowest responsible bidder, meeting all specs, was determined. Whereas pursuant to section 408A of the New York State County Law and any other political subdivisions, fire company, or district may receive the tank car price 2.286 delivery charge of 0.2629, total cost per gallon $2.55.5. The bid price is subject to increase or decrease during the contract period, corresponding with a change in the reseller's posted tank car price at the Port of Albany, as published in the Oil Price Daily for that date of delivery. Resolved, the town board authorizes the purchase of fuel oil at the contract price offered by Greene County Resolution 131-25 for 1 year from June 1, 2025 to May 31, 2026 from Bottini Fuel. So I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Second. Discussion? This is for heating oil, folks. It's not diesel. Heating oil. Make sure everyone knows that. Okay. Motion made, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Well, I guess this is me, since Kelly isn't here, correct?
Yeah, I'm just, go ahead, please. You're talking planning?
Yep.
Thank you.
Town of New Baltimore Planning Board Monthly Report, April 22nd, 2025. The planning board met on April 10th, 2025, in which the following business was transacted. Chima proposed gas station convenience store public hearing. A public hearing was held for the Chima Gas Station Convenience Store project. Rich Nolan from Nolan Engineering gave a brief description of the project and presented the site plan maps. With only one member of the public offering comments and concerns, Mr. Nolan and his colleagues responded to all questions asked. Chima Gas Station Convenience, during the regular meeting, Camille Baranowitz, a representative from Creighton Manning, the town's designated engineer, reviewed all outstanding comments for this project, with response from Rich Nolan, who is representing the owner, Mr. Chima. The board determined that they would like to have some of the remaining small issues to be resolved before they do a resolution on this project. Rich from Nolan Engineering reassured the board he will do his best to get most of these issues resolved before the next planning board meeting. Lodestar Energy, New Baltimore Solar, attorney Alec Cladd and project manager Adam Rowles were present requesting a one-year extension of the approved site plan for the New Baltimore Solar project. They were not able to obtain the necessary permits from the Army Corps of Engineers prior to the no-cut period regarding the bat migration. That's a new one. I thought it was
No, that's
the bird.
Oh, that was before, where,
Yeah, the no-cut period ends on November 1st, and they plan on starting work at that time. A resolution was read, and the planning board granted a one-year extension. Gold Group conceptual plan. Paul Newman was present representing the Gold Group with a conceptual plan for a large development just north of the 21B exit lodge. It was determined that this plan falls under a planned development district and should have gone before the town board before it came to planning. Mr. Newman was directed to contact the town board. So that'll be the second PDD that we get this year. Pine Haven Major Subdivision, Alan Lord was present, representing New York Land and Lakes. One outstanding comment was addressed by the board and Mr. Lord. A resolution was read and the planning board approved the preliminary plat for the Pine Haven Major Subdivision. Robert Bennett and Chair.
I may add, the Gold Group concept plan, that too is going to need water, just like the other one. So, there's a lot of work to be done on that.
Right, because the planned development district is very, very specific under our town code and what needs to happen with that, and it really does come before the town board rather than
these
planning.
people know.
Just to let you know, and I think I did send that to you guys as well, the plan that was submitted to me. And there is a, certainly, it's part of the truck stop property
Right.
and goes north from there.
Okay, that's that one, okay.
And it certainly has a modernized, looks good on paper, truck stop, as well as some apartment buildings that are part of that. If you, I don't know how much time, I looked at it, and there's probably 30 dwellings.
He has a very wide example to plan, due to the planning board. I mean, it was really well informed, wasn't it?
It's well put together.
Yeah, really. I mean, they're not gonna just sit on a little bit of a 2x4.
But they have not called me.
Yeah, and the planned development district do have to go through the town board
Right.
and the towning board.
Well, that's what he was
Planning
there
board.
for. He was trying to get information
Right,
of how and what steps
The
they're on.
process.
Right.
All right, thank you.
all right, I think I'm up again.
Yeah, you are up one more time.
Mhm.
To New Baltimore Town Board from Honorable James W. Huff, Honorable Anthony C. Consul, subject monthly town court report, April 28th, 2025. The following is the Town of New Baltimore Court monthly report for March 2025. Total March monies received were $11,933. Honorable James W. Huff, $7,319. Honorable Anthony C. Consul, $4,614. Total 2025 monies received January through March are $39,548. Total new cases received 149. Barb sometimes has the state court report, but. we may not
No, I
have
don't
that.
think we have that today.
No worries.
Barb usually looks it up on the day of the meeting.
Right.
So
Um,
relax, it's okay.
No worries.
I don't know, how come you're not sitting up there doing this? I don't know how she can do that. Looking around,
I'm
but I
just
don't know what comes
filling
up on that screen, but it wouldn't be good for me.
Okay, let's carry on. Where were we? Oh, yes, resolution number 90.
91.
91,
91.
You lost his track.
pipe and pump.
Good one, Jeff.
It says 90 on mine. Okay, just so you know.
Oh, it does, yeah.
It should be 91.
It should be 91.
Yes, either way, they are identical. So, resolution to authorize emergency removal and replacement of pipe and pump. I'm sorry, Deb, you should be doing this one.
Speak up, Deb.
Resolution 91, 2025, resolution to authorize emergency removal and replacement of pipe and pump by Glenn Davis.
First time now.
Sorry. Time to flip tapes, everyone. The album is great, but we still have to have our backups. Makes sense.
I don't know about
Okay. So back to resolution 91, resolution to authorize emergency removal and replacement of pipe and pump by Glenn Davis. Whereas the town board adopted a procurement policy on January 1, 2025 concerning the procurement of goods and services. Whereas the pipe and pump needed to be removed and replaced at the wastewater treatment plant. Whereas due to the emergency condition of this repair and according to procurement policy 6B, section 103(4) of the general municipal law, this repair had to be performed immediately and an alternative proposal might threaten the life, health, safety, or welfare of the residents. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of New Baltimore approves said emergency repair of town hall by Glenn Davis, invoice number 1357, town voucher 2525B 0432 for $5,763.50. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay,
All
motion.
in favor? Any discussion?
I was gonna say discussion. We need to talk to Lou
Yeah.
about timely submission of bills.
Yeah.
This bill was provided to him on the 17th of December, and he submitted it to us.
I went down and got it from him,
Yeah.
because Barb gave me the folder of things that needed to be signed. And I'm waiting still, for the purchase request for the cutting of the trees that need to be done.
And I think we had a similar problem with fuel oil bill that was never brought forward
Oh, yeah.
and therefore not paid,
Yeah.
and it affected delivery at the garage.
And
So we gotta,
I've spoken to him a couple of times and I keep reiterating it.
all right. Okay, I'm sorry, a motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, now we have our zoning, and that would be you once again, Ms. Sadovano.
Thank you. Town of New Baltimore Zoning Board of Appeals, monthly report, April 22nd, 2025. The Zoning Board of Appeals met on April 2, 2025, in which the following business transacted. A public hearing was held for the Randy Lent variance. The public hearing was open for 15 minutes with no comments from the public. During the regular monthly meeting, the Randy Lent variance resolution was read, and it was resolved that all conditions had been met. William Volkey, Chair.
Very good. Okay, upcoming meetings. May 8th, 2025, planning board meeting at 7 PM. May 12th, Town Board regular meeting at 7 PM. May 17th through 18th, 2025, townwide roadside cleanup day, orange bags and sign up available at Town Clerk's office, pickup by Highway Department, May 21, 2025. May 24 through 2025, additional townwide roadside cleanup. Pickup will be on May 29. May 26, town offices closed in observance of Memorial Day. May 28th, grievance day from 4 to 8 p.m. May 29, town board work meeting at 7 p.m. May 30 and May 31
Yeah, 31, yeah.
and June 1, Ag Fest at the Van Etten Farm. Okay. No other issues here? We will do order.
On October 4th, we'll be having the spay and neuter van here at Town Hall to offer local residents low-cost spay and neuter services.
You said the 4th?
October 4th, yes.
All right.
Was there any report for seniors?
But we'll be doing the picnic again in September, but I haven't, not sure of the date yet.
Okay, thank you.
And
Okay.
for community
And
events.
the veterans will be at the end of July.
Community events.
Okay, community events.
September 14th, we're going to be doing the New Baltimore Music and Arts Festival at Weish Park with a rain date of September 21st. Hoping for 10 bands, and we hope everybody will come out and
So,
celebrate our local musicians and artisans.
very good. Okay, resolution number 92. Resolution to authorize supervisor to pay audit claims, whereas the town clerk has presented claims to the town board for audit and review, and whereas the town board has audited claims 2024B-04-01 to 2024B-04-34. It is resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay claims 2024B-04-01 to 2024B-04-34. And be it further resolved that the town clerk will prepare an abstract and hold it for public review until May 31, 2024. I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made, motion seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
General, $21,327.45. Highway, $3,000 or $3,542.52. Sewer one, $64,813.53. Sewer two, $226.52. Total, $89,910.02.
Thank you. Okay, having said that, I think I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made, seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Information, motor vehicle is open at 8:30 because of this new licensing thing,
The enhanced
Okay.
driver.
Yeah.
okay?
By May 7th, you have to have an enhanced license to fly domestically unless you have a passport.
Or access.
Don't go nowhere.
Right, or access to federal
I know, I'm
buildings.
gonna pick up the things.
Bill.
I just
Do you have
wanna
a
get
social
these.